Today in the wood yard, it's 10 below zero, it's windy, it's a little chilly. Some people call it a polar vortex. Some people call it climate change. You know what I call it? Winter. It is 10 below zero this morning, and people have to have firewood because they think they're going to freeze to death. So I'm going to fix the problem. I'm going to bring them some wood. The first order is for a face cord, a third of a cord of cherry. We're going to put it in the truck. We're going to go deliver. We're going to come back. The second order is for a face cord of oak. We're going to put that in the truck. We're going to go deliver that and come back. And then the last order that I have so far today is for a full cord of mixed hardwood. And I'm going to do the same thing with that. We're going to put that in a trailer, go deliver it. So time to start chucking some wood. Now, a lot of people think when it gets cold out, they are gonna die. I don't know what it is. People just panic. It's actually not bad today. It's 10 below. There's just a slight breeze. It might be, 5-10 mile an hour winds. Nothing terrible. The other day when I was cutting out on that golf course, it was like 20-25 mile an hour winds, and it was single digits. That was cold. The wind is that's what gets you, is the wind. And it's not terrible today. It's a little breeze, but nothing terrible. So I'm just going to throw this in and we're going to go deliver it right now. There it is. A load of cherry is in the truck. Now all I got left of the really old cherry is this one face cord right here. That's all I've got left, or a third of a cord if that's what you like to say. And that stuff I did a moisture meter test on, and it was like 14, 15, 16% somewhere there. But this wood was only cut, maybe 3-4 months ago and then stacked here. And I did a moisture test on this just the other day, and this stuff is 18-19%. So this is also ready to be sold. But the longer it sits here, the better. And it will be sold this winter eventually. And then that'd be nice, because then this whole area here will be all wide open. That'd be awesome. So working on moving wood so I can get more wood in. I placed an order just the other day, so hopefully within a week or two I'll be getting some big, massive dumps into my wood yard of logs. So that'll be awesome. Let's go deliver this load. Once again, I have returned to the yard almost full of wood. It's actually emptying pretty quick. So I got this delivery to do next. It's for a face cord of oak. And then the one after that is for a full cord of mixed hardwood. And I just got a text for another guy that wants some oak. So I don't know if I'll do that today or tomorrow. We'll find out. So I'm going to get this one loaded up and go deliver this. So because it's cold out, you guys know this, the people that are firewood people, the colder, the better for wood sales. There is a guy that has a channel, and he's down south. I think it's OG Outdoors, Old Guy Outdoors or something like that, I think is his name. He does firewood, nice guy. And he was talking on a couple of his last videos that he's not selling any wood. And he was talking about how he can't compete price-wise because so many people are basically giving their wood away. They're selling it for somewhere around 50 bucks for a face cord, 150 bucks for a full cord. And he said it's not even worth his time for that, and he's right. That's ridiculous. So I'll get this pinned down. And the one benefit we have of being in the northern states for suffering through all the cold and snow that we have to go through is it's easy to sell firewood, and people value it because they need it and they want it and they like it, they burn it, and then they buy more. So that is a good thing. So this is going to a long-time customer. He buys usually about a full cord a year, but it's always one face cord at a time. He said he's got a rack that he stores it in that's not real big, so he never wants more than this much, but I think he just burns in a fireplace, which is what a lot of people do. And I'm going to mention this because this has come up quite a few times over the year and a half or so I've been doing videos. People that are new to the channel, they wonder why my pieces of wood are this size, and they're not. I don't even know if I got a big one in here. Like, this would be small for a lot of guys, something this big. This is about as big as I like them, because I'm selling to people that are burning in a fireplace. For 90% of the customers I have, it's fireplace wood. They are not heating their house with it. The people I sell to are burning wood for enjoyment. So they can sit in front of the fire, drink beer, watch TV, poke the fire once in a while, get up, get another beer, put another chunk of wood in. That's the people I sell wood to. And those are the people I want to sell wood to. And this is something that a lot of people don't think about if you heat with wood yourself, or if you've always cut your own wood, is that the people that are burning in a fireplace, they're burning it for enjoyment. They want to see flames, and they don't want just a big chunk of wood that's going to sit there and smolder and not do much. They want it to burn. They actually want flames, which is why I sell a lot of non-heating kind of wood, which is, you know, the stuff that's not oak or hickory, the stuff that's the better quality as far as BTUs that it puts out. And a lot of the people that I'm selling to, it's the woman of the house, the lady of the house, that wants the wood, and they want it this size. They want to pick it up with one hand. If you have to use two hands to pick up the wood, it's too big for a fireplace. Unless you've got a big, huge, massive fireplace, and I guess that's what you like. But the vast majority of people want smaller wood like this. When I first started selling wood 8-9 years ago, I had big chunks because that's what I had myself. I just thought, well, that's what everybody's going to want. That is not the case. People were saying to me, well, does this need to be split down? Will it still burn when it's this big? And I had quite a few people the first year or two say that, and it dawned on me, they don't want big pieces. So I started cutting stuff, or splitting stuff smaller and smaller, even down to this size, which is fine for a fireplace. And now I get comments all the time, I love the size of your wood. Well, I've heard that lots of times before, but my people that are buying, that was a joke, people that are buying firewood, they don't want big, huge chunks if they're burning it in their fireplace. Now, I do have a few people that burn wood in a wood boiler or a wood stove. And even a lot of those people have smaller inserts. They have the high efficiency gasification stoves, the wood boilers, or they have a small stove in their house that they're burning, and they don't want great big huge pieces. They want some, but they don't want a lot of them. And those high efficiency ones, it doesn't matter. Now, answer me this question for those of you that are the experts on wood. If I had this piece and this piece and this piece and this piece, let's do one more, and this piece, all in one chunk, would be a nice big size for like an all-nighter kind of chunk of wood if it was all one piece. Do you think this, split like this, puts out more or less BTUs than a piece that would be solid of the same size and weight? That's a question. Put it in the comments. What do you think? Because I believe it doesn't matter. It puts out the same amount of BTUs regardless. It goes by weight and how much heat it puts out when it burns. The only difference is that if you have smaller pieces, it can burn a little faster. Because it's getting more air, there's more air space between the pieces, so the flame can actually grow faster. But if you have your pieces this size and you're putting them into a fireplace, you're actually able to pack it much fuller by putting your pieces in and putting them in tight. If you've got a chamber that's this big in a gas stove, you can only fit in 1 or 2 big chunks. Whereas these little ones, you can pack it and you can get the whole thing completely full. So I think it burns just as good. It's just a matter of how you do your draft, how much air it's going to get. I think they'll burn just fine. But if you have an old-fashioned, oh, watch out. If you have an old-fashioned stove that's big, that eats a lot of wood, that burns wood fast, yeah, then maybe you want bigger chunks. But the new ones are high efficient and they're smaller and you don't need as much wood, which is a huge benefit, that you don't have to have as much wood that you need to heat your house. But again, like I said, most of the people I'm selling to, fireplace. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and load this faster now. There it is, a load of wood in the truck, once again, ready to roll down the road. So this is all oak, and it's going to a guy that buys wood all the time, but not a lot. So I was just on my way back from that last delivery and driving by at a business just down the way from me, and they had a bunch of pallets out. So, pallet score. They're nothing fantastic, but they'll work. They're fairly solid. A couple of them are just pine, some of them are hardwood. But yeah, you just got to keep your eyes peeled. And I can use these for stacking wood on. So I'm just throwing them way into the back of my wood yard here to get them out of the way. And when I need them, they'll be here. Because when you need them, you need them. Let me get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pallets. They're kind of, I see why they threw them out. Some of them are missing boards. Some of them have been fixed several times. But they'll work for stacking wood on. So, there we go. Now, gotta go load up some wood for the next delivery. So there's the pile right there. I just kind of stuffed it way in the back of the property here, so it's out of the way. Now we're gonna go load some wood for the next delivery. Well, I just hooked up the trailer, as you can see, and I backed it up to this pile. This is going to a longtime customer that goes through a lot of wood. In the wintertime, I would say he orders twice a month, and he usually gets a face cord at a time. And I was talking to him and he said his brother wanted some wood too. And I told him, I said, well, if you want it at the same time, because then I live a block away, I said, why don't you get a full cord and you can just split it in half, and it's, you know, less delivery fee, and it's I can do it all at one time for him. He said, hey, that sounds like a great idea. Why didn't I think of that sooner? I said, well, I probably should have told you about it. So I told him, and he wants a full cord. And this is a guy that he will burn anything that burns that's not pine. He said, I don't care what it is. He said, give me a mix. So this pile right here has got some aspen, some cottonwood, a little bit of maple, a little bit of ash. So I'm going to throw a bunch of that in. And then we're going to go over to only ash and then only maple and throw that in. That's usually what I give him, a little bit of everything except for the oak and stuff, because he said it's just for a fireplace. He doesn't care. He just wants it to burn really good. So that's what I'm going to give him. Here we go, loading time. Look at the thing of beauty that is in my trailer. It is loaded. That is about a third of a cord of maple I just put in. There was a third of a cord of ash I put in, and then a third of a cord of just a mix of everything that had aspen, cottonwood, ash, maple, just it had all kinds of stuff. But that's some of my oldest wood, so I wanted to get rid of some of that. Then I put a bunch of the really good stuff in there too, the maple and the ash. So there it is. We're going to deliver it right now. Well, boys and girls, I am back in the wood yard. I just backed up the trailer. I'm going to disconnect it, and my day of delivery is complete. The trailer is empty except for some debris, so I'm going to park it, and then I'm heading for home. Tonight's a big night. I got a date tonight with a young woman, my daughter. Be awesome. So tomorrow I'm coming back in the wood yard. You should come back. It'll be fun. Between now and then, get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene.